When you think of Texas, one of the first things that may come to mind is the barbecue scene. Known for their fine selection of meats and distinct flavor, Terry Black's has been at the forefront of Austin's barbecue culture since opening up its first location at Barton Springs in 2014. With humble beginnings as an extension of a generational family business, twin brothers Mike and Mark Black strive to share their passion for barbecue to families, state and nationwide.
Welcome to Terry Black's in Austin, Texas.
My name's Robbie El Sadi. I've been working here at Terry Black's Barbecue for 3 years now, and I'm one of the managers here.
Terry Black was born and raised in Lockhart, Texas. Through years of acquiring knowledge learned from his experience in the Lockhart BBQ scene, he passed down his famous barbecue recipes from generation to generation. Today, his twin sons Michael and Mark Black carry their father's torch and bring a unique style of Central Texas BBQ from Lockhart to Austin for many barbecue lovers to enjoy.
So as far as Lockhart goes, you have your Black's Barbecue out there, and then you have us at Terry Black's. It's the same family, but different businesses.
In 2010, Mike Black graduated from Texas State University and moved back to Lockhart to work for the family business. He ended up working at the Lockhart location for 3 years. There, he decided to take his brother Mark to Austin to expand the business into their own. In 2014, the brothers opened up a shop on Barton Springs Road, the first official location of Terry Black's.
So right now we have our flagship location here in Austin, Texas, opened 7 years ago. And then we opened our second location in Deep Ellum, a little outside of Dallas, 2 years ago in 2019. Now, I can't speak too much on future plans, but I can tell you that expansion may be happening.
This isn't Black's first rodeo. The Black family has had a barbecue business in Lockhart since 1932. Meat runs in their DNA, as Mike and Mark's mother's side of the family owns a small local meat market called Smitty's. Terry Black's is a former Longhorn. He graduated from the University at Texas in 1977, following his father's footsteps. Mark also graduated from the University of Texas with a degree in economics.
If we're talking about our weekend, the busiest time of the week, anywhere from 40 to 45 minutes, average wait time on a weekend day. If we're talking weekdays, 10 to 15 minutes. There's nothing like Central Texas barbecue, right? There's a lot of imitations, whether you're talking about the other cities in Texas, but what makes it so unique is the abundance of pit masters that are here, that are learning from each other, that take a little bit from this location and this different area, take some from Terry Black's. It's unique in its relationships that the pit masters seem to have with each other. It's more open here in Central Texas, where I feel like maybe in the other cities, maybe there's a sense of we don't want to give our secrets away, but here we want to share our methods with anybody who will listen, because it's a brotherhood here in Central Texas. Other places, as in Kansas City or the Carolinas, they're more focused on pork. It's more sauce-centric. Here in Texas, it's more of a rub-centric situation, preparation. More beef, more brisket, more big old beef ribs. That's what we specialize here in Texas. We use all prime beef for our brisket. It's sourced through so many options we use. Because like I said, the volume we have here at Terry Black's is kind of unique than everywhere else. So we're sourcing from places all throughout the country. It's not any one place that we are getting our meat from.
The thing that separates Terry Black's from other barbecue joints is the giant beef ribs. As described as Mark Black, it's like a ribeye on a stick. It's juicy, it's rich, it's prime, and it just screams Texas. Another unique feature of Terry Black's is that they sell all the meat by the pound. Every customer doesn't get a set plate, but rather a separate selection of meats that are weighed out by the pound. Each meat is cooked for hours at a time.
If we're talking our brisket, whether you're talking the lean or moist, it's super flavorful, very juicy. You could taste the love in it. I know it sounds kind of cliche, but you really can taste the love in it. And then the beef ribs are unbelievable. Each one's about 1.5 pounds, and they're so decadent. They're so juicy. Nothing's quite like a Terry Black's big old Texas-sized beef rib. Unbelievable. We do everything in-house. We smoke everything. That's what we do here at Terry Black's. We offer barbecue 7 days a week.
On an average day, we cook over 200 briskets a day.
We smoke about 1,400 pounds of meat a week. We have 5 smokers out here. What makes us unique is we smoke 24 hours a day. We have people that come in from 11 p.m. to 9 a.m., from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., and then we have people from 3:30 p.m. to 11.
My name's Jason. I'm a pit guy here at Terry Black's. I've been here for about 4.5 years. My main shift focus is going to be the briskets at night. We cook 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We keep it going all night long. There's no stopping time. Whenever we do close our restaurants for holidays, it's usually a 2-day close period because of the 24-hour prep it takes for our pit masters to get the smokers going. Take pot roast, for example. That's not even has anything to do with us right here, but that pot roast, it's so great because it takes so long. Now take all prime beef and do the same thing with professional smokers with post oak wood. The attention to detail, the whole process. It's nothing, we don't use a rotisserie, there's no shortcuts when it comes to the smoking of the meats, and so it's optimal juiciness. I feel like when it is low and slow, because it gets a chance to trap all that juice in.
Central Texas barbecue is going to be about the wood that we use. This is Central Texas post oak wood. It's a very mild burning wood. We're going to go through about 2 of these cages you see right here within a single day. It's going to be a whole cord of wood. We go through about 8 cords a week.
The post oak wood, it's one of the most popular options here in Texas, so accessibility may be a bit of it. Each wood you use gives it a different taste. Mesquite gives it just a more smokier taste. I feel like the post oak we use gives the barbecue itself a chance to not be overpowered by the wood, but to be complemented by it.
We're using what's called an offset smoker. It's all indirect heat. The only heat source that we're cooking with is going to be right here. It's all wood burning. With our briskets, the briskets is a 24-hour preparation. The day before they're actually put on the smoker, we're going to trim them.
It starts off with the trimmers. They trim the meat to the desired cook weight, and then they'll prep it using anything from Worcestershire sauce,
Salt and pepper,
mustard,
our seasoning salt,
the peppers and spices, and we get that going on there. And then we got our overnight pit masters that come in, and they'll grab those prep meats and they'll start putting them on the smokers.
They want to be aerodynamic, so when they're on the smoker, as you can see right here, they have a nice aerodynamic look to them. Once they go on the smoker, we will bring them out from our walk-in where it's kind of cool, and we will put another seasoning of pepper on the briskets. They're going to go back on the smoker.
Here at Terry Black's, everything's low and slow. That starts off with the sausage, about 3 hours. The turkey, smoked turkey breast, about 5 hours. It's special because the turkey is the best turkey I've ever had anywhere. And that's the sleeper item. That's typically the last item you talk about. Generally, when you go to barbecue places, the turkey's the dry option. But here, it's so juicy. Like I said, it's a smoked turkey breast for about 5 hour total smoke time. You have your pork ribs, 7 hours. Our big old Texas-sized beef ribs, 8 hours. And then the reason everybody comes here, our beef brisket, that's low and slow, 12 hours.
These briskets have been on now for about 8 hours. They're gonna go a total of about 12 hours. After about 3 hours on the smoker, they'll get a foil tip on here on the lean end of the brisket where it's kind of drier, so we want to deflect the heat off of there. After the first couple rotations, about 8 hours into the cook, the briskets will actually get wrapped in butcher paper.
Closer to the end, we'll take, if we're talking brisket specifically, we'll take that brisket out, around the, I don't know, I want to say 8 to 10 hour mark, wrap it in butcher paper,
They'll get put back on the smoker, go for about another 2 hours.
and then we'll place it back in there. And for a little while longer, then we'll take it back out and we'll let it breathe, we'll let it rest. And then we'll hold it in our shams, ready to serve.
And once they come off the smoker after the 12-hour cook, they're gonna rest for about an hour before they go back into the restaurant and hold in our holding ovens at 145 degrees, and they will be used for service the following day. That's pretty much it.
Terry Black's is the place for fresh, juicy, mouth-watering barbecue right in the heart of Texas. From the barbecue capital straight to the capital, Mike and Mark Black continue to share generations worth of real Texan comfort food. The love and enthusiasm that they put into each dish is the essence of what keeps Austin smoky.